Hello my lovies, welcome back to My True Life. If you're new here, I'm Kai Quintana, currently 36, and I've been having 3 existential crises a week. Yay! Which is why I've been missing in action on this YouTube channel for like 2.5 months, because I've been really trying to figure out what I want to do with my life. Because that is basically what an existential crisis is. You're sort of kind of suddenly realizing, oh my god, what is this? Like, is this it? Why am I here? What is the meaning of it all? What am I doing with my life? It's really just figuring out what is the use of this all. Now, I've had my first existential crisis when I was like 16, but this is the first time 20 years later where I've really felt it hit me. And I think it's because I took some time off from work and I had a lot of time to think and just be still and live in solitude and just exist. And that's when my brain sort of kind of started unraveling. And I think it's been a good thing because it made me realize that it's okay, first of all, to be still and to really figure out what gives me energy now. Because what I used to do might not work for me forever. So yeah, usually I post videos about journaling, bullet journaling, planning, and stationery in general, but I didn't have anything to plan. I didn't have anything to share because I was feeling quite low and I didn't want to make a video where I was like really down because that's not fun to watch. And also I wouldn't feel 100% comfortable sharing my story in that state. So this video that I've now posted, I've made 11 times. Like I re-filmed the thing 11 times in the last 2.5 months and I couldn't get my story straight. I wasn't able to convey what I really wanted to say. And maybe I still don't. Maybe you're still looking at your screen and like, girl, you're rambling, girl. But I think I sort of kind of came to a conclusion with the help of journaling, because I did a lot of journaling. I grabbed my journal and I just started writing and I saw lots of themes coming back. One of the things was that, you get raised with the idea that you pick a profession and you stick with it. But I have a naturally very curious mind. And if I like something, I can do it for years. But one day I'll wake up and be like, fuck this shit. I'm done. Like, just like that, like done. Like I figured it all out. I played the video game, I got to the end boss, and now the game is over. Like I'm done. Like I figured it all out. Like I need a new challenge. And I feel like I've had that with my marketing and communications career. I've run a marketing agency for 10 years, and then I freelanced in the same niche, and now I'm ready for something new. And it felt a little scary because I'm 36, which is, I'm old enough to complain about the kids these days, but also there's other people that look at me as one of the kids these days, because let's be honest, I'm not that old. So there's like plenty of time to like switch and figure things out and start a whole new career or a completely different life. And I think the fact that I worked really hard, I have some money in the bank, and now I've got the opportunity that I always wanted, the opportunity that I always worked for, and now it's here. It kind of felt like the great unknown, and I think it kind of like put me on lock. Like I was like, oh, too many options. Put that in one cauldron with existential crises, mix it up, and you got someone who's like a little, how do you say that? Like a little stunt, basically. You don't know where to go. So you may have noticed that the name of my YouTube channel is called My True Life, because that has been my mantra for years. I don't care what I'm doing, as long as it fits my idea of my true life. The way I want to live my life, the way I design it, needs to be exactly the way I like it. Because I'm quite headstrong, I have a naturally very curious mind, and I don't want to work for a boss for 20 years to come that would make me die inside. And I know that sounds very dramatic, but I need to try new things. I need to figure things out on my own, which is why I'm an entrepreneur. I want to switch from one thing to another just because, and that makes me feel alive. So that gives me energy. So the name of my YouTube channel is basically my mantra. I want to design my true life exactly the way I like it. I don't care what my parents used to say, don't care what my teachers used to say, I don't care for society's world or words. And I have to admit, I am someone who was heavily influenced by what society, friends, family, and teachers said about the future. You know, when I was going to school for a bachelor's degree or in high school, teachers would be like, oh, you gotta get this kind of job because you don't want to work in a supermarket. Like, ugh. Like as if that was the worst thing on the planet, right? Like working in a supermarket, that meant you were dumb and you were not gonna get anywhere. So at school, they really put the fear in me. Like I had to like get a good job, and otherwise you'd be dumb and, you know, poor working at the supermarket, which is ridiculous because I think a lot of people who work at a supermarket in different positions can make a shit ton of money. Anyway, point aside about supermarkets is that I just want to design my life exactly the way I like it. And that is what I've been calling my true life. And that's why I've been making these journal and bullet journal and stationery videos, because I want to show you how I do it. Not to say that my way is the best way, but maybe you see something I do and it can help you to also figure your own thing out, to like really design your true life. And so this mantra of mine kind of matches with the dream I have of creating a stationery line, which I've been having for like maybe 6 to 7 years. And so I've been working on my first journal inserts. Now comes in the existential crises that really just put my whole journal insert stationery project on hold. Like I feel like I just like froze, like I locked up. I felt it in my throat every time I opened up my InDesign program and my journals and my files. I would just like choke up, stare at my screen and like get that existential crisis feeling, like what am I even doing this for? Is even anyone gonna buy these inserts? Like, does it even matter? It's just paper. There's like so many brands out there. Like, why would mine be good? And I'm usually not like this. Like if I think I have a good idea, I will execute it even if no one likes it. So this was like a very strange state for me to be in, to like doubt my decisions this much. And so we're now 2.5 months in, and I'm still feeling a little shaky about my decisions. I still don't know if I'm going the right direction, but I do know that I want the stationery brand to come out, because it's going to be a stationery brand that is practical and not just pretty stickers and stuff. Like, we have enough friends who do that, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm a highly practical person and I want my stationery to work for me. So that's why I was designing my own journal inserts. And the existential crises made me wonder if I was doing the right thing. So it kind of stopped me in my tracks. And then I was talking to my sibling, and we both love thrifting and vintage shopping and retro stuff. And our mom is the queen of thrifting, and I'm so happy she installed that in me and my siblings, that we know where to find the best deals, you know, thrift, flip, whatever. We use our secondhand stuff. I've got vintage items and I've got antiques in my house, and I love them more than the new stuff often. So then I realized maybe it's not just stationery. Maybe it's a whole lifestyle. My whole lifestyle basically exists because I plan, because I journal, because I use the stationery to design visual images of what I want to do. It's basically the basis of my whole lifestyle. So it's not just gonna be a stationery brand. That is my plan. It's gonna be a lifestyle brand. And I'm working on launching my webshop now. And I wanted to share that with you because, you know, I've been making these overhead videos of my journals and my planners, and I love that. But what I've been craving is seeing videos from other people going through life using their planners, their journals, their stationery, their bullet journals. I want to see it in action. And I was like, maybe you should just do that yourself. Maybe you should create the videos that you've been craving to watch, because then I have full control and I can see exactly what I want to share. And if you like it, it's a bonus. If you don't, it's not a bonus, but I still created something that I wanted to see, that I've been craving. So, long story short, because I can talk about this forever, I think I sort of kind of tackled my existential crises. I still don't really know if starting a stationery brand the way I'm going about it now is the best idea. I don't know if it's a great idea to combine it with lifestyle, vintage, and retro, and designer bags and whatever. I don't, like, there's so many things that I think I can combine, but I have to just figure it out, which is why I journaled a lot these days, to like see it on paper, reread it, and check my tracks and like figure out if I'm on the right way. So yeah, I've been working on launching my web shop, and I wanted to share that with you. I will, of course, still make these journal and stationery and bullet journal videos, but I felt like this video, this comeback video if you will, needed to come out first to like have this chat with you and like a clean slate somewhat. I'll be figuring it out as I go. I started my YouTube channel as part of the beauty web shop that I had back in the day. So I feel like I came full circle. Like I started YouTube for a web shop and then I quit. And then now I'm opening a web shop again, but in like a totally different niche. So that's kind of funny to me. And I all figured it out by journaling, which is the base of this web shop. Everything starts with journaling and planning and bullet journaling. And I'll talk about it more later, but I hope that I sort of kind of explained what I was going through. I think many people in their 30s or maybe 20s, or like I said, I started feeling existential crises when I was 16, like really questioning everything and just feeling like, what's the point, right? And so I just wanted to share that because I know a lot of people experience that. And I haven't really found an answer to the existential crisis thing, except that I have decided for myself that I need to do what gives me the most energy. And so I haven't been doing anything for 2.5 months. And now this last week or two, I've been working on my web shop and I can tell the energy is coming back. I've been sourcing a first drop out of vintage and retro items. And I've been working on my journal inserts by looking for an InDesign expert to help me put the finishing touches on the first designs. And I'm starting to feel alive again. So I think to conclude this comeback video is that if you don't feel like you're alive, if you feel like what you're doing makes no sense, if you're wondering why you're doing it, maybe you'll never get an answer to any of those things because I haven't found it. Other than that, my parents wanted kids, and here I am, ta-da! And now I have to do whatever life gives me. Great. But my point is, the very least you can do is do things that give you energy, that make you feel excited to get out of bed. Whether that is something your whole family thinks is weird, or maybe your friends don't understand, or maybe you don't even fully understand it, but if it feels good, it feels good. And if you can still pay your bills, if you can take care of yourself and the people you want to take care of, do what gives you energy. And that is my final conclusion of this video. I'll be back next week. The videos will look a little different because, like I said, I don't just want to do those overview, overhead videos anymore. They will be in my repertoire. Don't worry, I still love those. But I just want to show you that when I plan something, that it actually looks like something in real life. If I plan to make a YouTube video, this is what it looks like. Because I feel like that is the type of content that really inspires me. And at the base of that, always, is journaling, planning, and stationery. So, yeah. Thank you so much for hanging in with this video, because I know it's maybe a little rambly. I don't know if I really conveyed what I wanted to say. So thank you so much for watching. I know that is not a given. But yeah, if you like videos about journaling, stationery, and me building a new business, my web shop, my stationery brand, definitely subscribe and like, and let me know if you've ever had an existential crisis too, because I feel like I've never heard anyone else talk about it except for maybe my sibling, but no one else really talks about it in my circle. So please tell me I'm not the only one. And if you want to check my web shop out, the link is below. It's mytruelife.now. If you sign up for the waitlist, you'll get an invitation for first access. And yeah, I hope you like it, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ta!